Hey guys, welcome to Michaela's Mind, my new podcast that I'm going to be doing. If you don't know me, I am Michaela from the morning show with Brian and Michaela on 101.9 WDEZ. And here at Michaela's Mind, the podcast, I'm going to be sharing a lot about things that I really enjoy. A lot of those things include motivation, manifestation, the paranormal, because I'm a paranormal investigator. Maybe talk about what it's like to be a mom, maybe having an autistic child. That's of interest to some people. But tonight, it's 9 p.m. when I'm recording this. It's a rainy night, and I was feeling a little bit down today, honestly. And I just want to share some things that I've learned. All right. I'm not old. I'm 27. So I know some people will say that I haven't experienced a lot of life yet, but I think I've experienced quite a bit of it, at least for a 27-year-old. And I know that it's nowhere near done. But I wanted to share kind of an inspiring story that I like to tell others when they're feeling down or when they're going through something. It's kind of how I found my spirituality. It's how I found my motivation. It's how this completely changed my life. So when I was 19, I lost my first baby. Okay. I had a miscarriage, and that devastated me, but that's not even where I'm going with this. However, it made me obsessed with having another baby. And so after I lost my first baby, as a 19-year-old with my, boyfriend, fiance at the time, we tried for 6 months to have a baby, and I got pregnant and had my son, Adrian. And, I was madly in love with his father, madly in love with him. And one day, my son was 5 months old. He went to the Dells because that's where he's from. He called me and he said, "I don't love you anymore." And I said, "What do you mean?" And turns out he had been seeing somebody behind my back for a while. But I'm not here to be salty. I'm just here to share my story here. He left me and my son, and I was so broken. Okay, I've never felt such pain in my entire life, and it felt like being on fire at all times, and it was not something that you could escape. I would have rather broken all of my limbs at once than feel that pain. I went through such horrible emotional pain for months, and I lost 30 pounds in 30 days because I refused to eat. I was 20 at this point, almost 21. Actually, it went through my 21st birthday, so me celebrating being 21 was not very fun because I didn't want to be alive. So I remember just going through so much pain. He basically broke it off in March on St. Patrick's Day of 2018. And my birthday was in April, turned 21, whatever. Come June or July, I went out to my grandparents' house with my son, who was a couple months old at the time. And it was a beautiful day. And I just said, "You know what? Can you guys watch my son? Because I'm going to go take a walk in the woods. Can you watch Bubba for me?" Because my grandpa, that was my happy place where I grew up. All the cousins, we used to go out there and swim in the water, and because he lives on the river there in Merrill, and we used to swim. We used to go on the boat. We used to make forts in the woods. I mean, that was just my absolute childhood happy place. That's still my happy place. So I went there, and so anyway, I asked them to watch Adrian for me while I went for a walk, and I didn't really know what was going to happen on this walk. I mean, I literally wanted to go to the woods and lay down and die somewhere. I mean, I was to that point. I remember coming to this little creek, and I remember my walk being so peaceful. I was by myself. It was just, the breeze was perfect. It was probably 72, 73 and sunny and gorgeous. The birds were chirping. I was in nature. I was all by myself. Everything was green and lush and just beautiful. And I sat by the little creek, and I was like, God, I wish I wasn't in so much emotional pain, because then I could enjoy the weather, or I could enjoy the beauty of nature. And then I had this epiphany, something just hit me, and I said, you know what? I said, I'm allowed to enjoy this weather no matter what other people say or how other people make me feel. I'm allowed to enjoy the things that I deserve to enjoy, even though something horrible happened to me, something traumatic happened to me. I should not have to live my life with this burden because somebody else chose that they didn't choose me. You know what I mean? They chose something else. They chose to leave me, and I'm still worthy of love. I'm still worthy of being able to live a beautiful life and to do the things that I want to do and to do the things that make me happy and to enjoy those things. You know what I mean? So I just stopped and I said, you know what? I'm 21. At that time, I was 21. So I'm like, you know what? I'm 21. I have a baby, but it's okay because I'm an awesome person. Like, I'm so nice to everybody. I have such potential. And there's things that I want to accomplish in this life. And I'm so young yet that I have the rest of my life to do what I want to do. And regardless of what happened to me, I get to choose what my life is like from here on out. I get to start over. I get to choose. I get to make choices that are going to bring me to my goals every single day. I get to choose a new door. I mean, I'm human, so I'm always going to have like those intrusive thoughts that creep up on me and those things that trigger me and those things that make me sad because as a human, it's like your brain always wants to remember the good times and it doesn't remember the bad times and it makes you miss things and, and whatever. And that's the day that I looked at the trees. They were beautiful. The sun was shining through the leaves. The birds were chirping. And I was like filled with so much love and peace because I allowed myself to feel that. And that was the day that I decided, you know what? I was hurt by this, but I'm not letting it define who I am. I'm not letting it put a burden on my life anymore. From now on, I'm taking my life back because I deserve to be happy. I get to choose what my life is like from here on out. And sure, things are going to happen. Things are going to knock you down, but you have to just get back up. And I know that's so cliche, but like, you deserve to live a happy life. Let those burdens of whatever happened to you, let it go. Like, if you can't give yourself permission, I'm giving you permission right now to just let it go. Because you have one life. You are given one life. And you can't waste it. You can't waste it feeling like crap, honestly. Like, you don't know when your last day is going to be on this earth. It could be tomorrow. It could be 10 years from now. It could be 20 years from now. Whatever it may be, you don't know when that's going to be. You have to live each day to your fullest. If your fullest means you can't get out of bed that day, it's okay. Give yourself that grace, but just know that you are worthy of living the life that you want to live, and you are more than worthy and more than deserving to enjoy the things that make you happy. It doesn't matter if something bad happened to you. That doesn't define who you are. It's a part of your life, but use it to make yourself stronger. All right? I know that was a lot. So if you're still listening to this podcast, I thank you for staying on this journey with me. I know that I can be really ditzy and really silly on the morning show, and that is truly who I am. It really is. I love humor. I love keeping it happy, but I wanted to let you all know that you're loved, you're worthy, and you get to choose how your life is from here on out. No matter the circumstances, you get to make choices every single day. If you're struggling with addiction, if you are struggling with the loss of a family member, literally whatever it may be, you can overcome it. And it might not happen overnight, but every single day you have a new opportunity to choose to, like I said, go through those doors, pick what's going to put you closer to your goal. Make those choices that are going to make you closer to your goal. Baby steps. How do you eat an elephant? You don't eat the whole thing. You don't swallow it all at once. We're not capable of doing that. You have to do it bite by bite. Okay? So getting to your goal, that's like eating an elephant. It's overwhelming. We don't want to even start because it's overwhelming. You don't, because you want to do it all at once. You want it to happen right now. You want it to happen yesterday. You want to get over that hurdle. But you have to start somewhere or it's not going to happen at all. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my little motivation. Remember the birds chirping, remember the sun is shining, and the earth is not going to stop for you, and time is not going to stop until your hurt is done. I just want to let you know that. It's the harsh truth, and I had to learn it the hard way, but enjoy life today. Don't wait until the hurt goes away, because time is ticking, and you're allowed to feel that hurt, and you're allowed to grieve, but also just know that you're worthy of enjoying each day like it's your last, because it could be. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in on Michaela's Mind, this episode number 2. I'm going to have more podcasts coming up about all sorts of things, how you can create your dream life, how you can manifest your desires. I'm going to be talking about scary paranormal things. You know, I like to jump from one end of the spectrum to the other because that's how I roll. Talk about motherhood, some organizational hacks, life hacks, whatever, all that jazz. So stay tuned. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.